Oh, they're not going to hear anything.
They're going to be watching us. They think we're important this time.
When I get really horny, I like to use Manscaped because Manscaped is the guaranteed product that'll make your balls smooth as fuck and slippery as hell when you're stroking that schlong.
Let me second that motion because typically once you get rid of that layer of, I don't know, 1 inch to ½ inch pubic hair, consider that another inch added to your length. So,
touche.
Sells itself.
Yes, and this episode has been sponsored by Manscaped. Not really, but hey, let's just say it is. I have Knights of the Abyss here. I used to be in this band. I was in this band for a while, for a good amount of years, like 3 or 4 years.
Some of the best touring years, man.
Yeah, it was. And we are here at Rips. Rips, it's a bar in downtown Phoenix, or Midtown.
It's Central Phoenix.
Central Phoenix area. It's a great place to be hanging out if you're down here in the Phoenix area. And I want to thank them for letting us do this podcast here. All right, so I wanted to talk about what you guys are currently doing right now. And you guys are in the middle of recording a new album, and with a new vocalist, it's Mark. And what do you guys got to say about that right now?
We don't know if it's going to be an album yet, but
we're
definitely going to record something new.
Oh, yeah, not a new album, just like a EP.
We're aiming to do a full length. I would love to do a full length.
That's the goal, baby.
Yeah.
And we're not like doing official recordings. We're just writing and demoing stuff out.
Yeah.
Making a bank of riffs and stuff, basically. Gabe, our bass player, has a little mobile recording setup or whatever.
Yeah, I noticed that you guys were in the studio recording DIY, it seemed.
He just drags that over to our practice space, and he'll even program some drums or whatever.
It's the best way to get your ideas down quickly, and then go from there when you do it for the real. I mean, when you record it, the real thing. Man.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Mark, our new vocalist.
Yeah.
He's been fucking crushing it.
Yeah.
And solid dude.
Yeah, everything that he's been doing lately has been, or so far, at live shows and recording.
Funny as shit.
It's been great.
Yeah, he's got
Love that guy.
Stage presence
really
as
good
well
stage
as
presence.
this voice. That's,
and the look, too. The look.
Oh, yeah,
the
man.
look.
The tattoos. Oh, yeah.
So
Very hard to beat.
Yeah.
He's done a couple songs with us, the last couple singles, Temple of Rot and Zodiac.
Yeah.
Which you can check out on all streaming platforms.
Please check them out.
I like the artwork that you guys are doing. It's like a specific thing for each track, artwork. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, well, the idea, we did a split with that band Moria.
Yeah.
They're like from the same era.
Moria Fool. Salinas.
Salinas. What's up, Moria?
Salinas.
But Arthur from Arsonist Get All the Girls, he's actually playing guitar in that band.
Yes, yeah.
But I
Shouts
kind
out.
of pitched the idea to the guy doing the CD. Like, it just made sense. When you think of Moria, it's, I don't know if you know Lord of the Rings, but it's
Hopefully
like
you do.
epic fantasy shit.
If you
And
don't know
we're
Lord of the
Knights
Rings,
the Abyss, so I was like, you gotta have a knight. The sword represents the knights.
Obviously.
And the axe represents the dwarves
And
of
my
Moria.
axe.
Yeah. So
there always has been an underlying like thing with Knights about like conspiracy theories and philosophy or not, or just like religion.
I don't know. I mean, every song's different.
Well, we had a lot of lyrics like that in the past, for sure.
Yeah.
That was our wheelhouse for a while.
9/11.
Oh, yeah, man. Dude, yeah, conspiracy theories were just a huge part. It was awesome. Nick, I think, had like a huge role in writing all the lyrics, man.
Burger King grease, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, Mark. He
your line? Burger King grease?
No, that was Mike Manheimer. Bro.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He wrote that.
And then, okay, wait, the pandemic thing, wasn't there?
I wrote that.
Okay, wasn't there something about Burger King grease?
That was Emancipation.
Oh, Emancipation.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sang that lyric like a motherfucker, man.
Oh, thank you. No. Mike also sang everything, and Phil, everybody. Mark, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
We
fucking
cannot
had brutal.
We cannot leave out Manheimer right now.
What are we on right now? Like number 10?
Yeah, I know. Like
we actually considered just changing the name of the band, which is kind of an obvious thought when you've had this many vocalists, but...
to Metallica?
Absolutely.
Member change or no.
But I really enjoy this. I think we've got it back together, and it doesn't. It can be whatever it wants to be because we're just trying to continue to play music.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do it because it's fun.
Yeah.
And
let's talk about Metal Devastation. Remember back in the day, we would used to play shows at Metal Devastation where Knights first started playing shows. And I wanted to talk about just the old days of metalcore and deathcore and like all the things that would come along with playing a show at Metal Devastation or just playing a show at any place that would invite hardcore and metalcore and deathcore, where those two worlds were kind of collide, right?
So I don't know if you're going to include the intro part of this already, but
Yeah.
if not, for the listeners, Metal Devastation is right across the street from where we're at right now. This awesome Central Phoenix dive bar rips.
Yeah.
But
We might say twice.
karaoke on Sunday nights.
Yes, right after this.
But anyways,
Yeah.
yes, Metal Devastation. That was kind of like our HQ, if you will, for our coming of age era
Yeah.
in like 2006.
Yeah.
Maybe 07
So
a
many
little
good
bit.
shows,
Yeah.
man. Somehow, it would all line up.
Dead to Fall.
We
I remember
could-
Dead to Fall playing there.
We would start it out by opening for bands there,
Yeah.
and eventually got to the point where we could headline the shows, and it was still, oh man, it was
Nights
fun.
was the shit.
So fun.
At Metal
Should we
Devastation.
talk a little louder?
Oh yeah, I'm talking kind of loud. We all
Yeah,
need to talk a little bit
'cause,
louder.
Like the background noise and shit.
Oh yeah. In
You
editing,
can hear us in your headphones.
yeah,
and
I can
All
hear
right,
everything
cool.
in the headphones. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you mentioned Dead to Fall. I remember. I don't know if we played with them more than once, but I remember a specific show we did with them.
Yeah,
Were you with us, or you were probably there?
I
at
was
least.
definitely like, a part of like it
And
in some way.
the vocalist John, he had like really long hair, and he was like standing on top of our van, like
Oh,
just
yeah.
ranting about something. I don't even know. I think he was like really hammered.
Yeah,
We felt
And-
pretty special that he was on our
Yeah.
on our trailer.
And I just
Yeah.
remember like the band setting up to play,
yeah,
and the whole band was just waiting for him, like, because God knows what he was doing outside the venue,
yeah,
and he like made this fashionably late entrance or whatever.
yeah.
But it was cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think Kill Whitney Dead maybe played that show too.
Oh yeah.
We
Kill
played with
Whitney
so
Dead.
many bands there, like
The MySpace era, baby.
Yeah,
As Blood Runs Black,
Yeah.
Abigail Williams.
a lot of fights would go down there. Fights.
Oh yeah,
Incredibly violent, and yet they would still book the shows. I mean,
Yeah,
they really cared about metal. It's pretty cool. Let's put it that way.
well the
'Cause
thing with, I mean, I'm a little ignorant to this, but as far as I know, before they started doing shows there, really, Metal Devastation was just a retailer, and they like in the front, they sold like metal records,
yeah,
clothing, but it was all like metal shit, like Iced
obscure
Earth
metal that
and fucking Emperor and
Yeah.
fucking
yeah,
you couldn't
black
find it
metal
at
and
Hot
true
Topic,
metal
baby.
shit
Fuck
or
that.
whatever.
yeah.
But I actually found an Instagram account that's Metal Devastation and the same logo, and they're still in business, but it's online shit only.
Oh really?
And they make like custom like gauntlet things that you like put around your arm with the spikes and shit
Yeah.
for like black metal dudes.
yeah.
shout out
And,
to Metal
like,
Devastation.
spikes and shit, but they're still like based in Phoenix.
I just picture one person
Dude.
just in their apartment.
Please
just
check-
Literally, I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's all it is.
Please check out Metal Devastation on Instagram. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, Metal Devastation, legendary place. What are some other places that Knights used to play at? Like, it was probably like
The Fix.
The Fix Gallery was another place that was very. And
Yeah.
Do you guys remember where that was? I'm a little
It was
foggy
right. It
on
was
that.
like right around like 7th Avenue.
It was on
and Grand.
Grand.
It was on Grand.
on
Okay,
Grand.
yep.
Yeah.
Right around that
I
area
remember
where
that
like the
one.
Wayward
Right
Tap
next to the
House.
Egyptian.
Yeah, right next to the Egyptian. Right there is
Yeah.
where I used to hang out.
Fix was
I've been
so.
hanging out at that area since I
Yeah.
was like 16 years old. It's crazy shit.
That was like pure
Full
minimalism,
circle.
right? Like just PA speakers and nothing on the wall. It was like white
Playing
walls.
on the floor, basically.
Yeah, that guy
Yeah.
Lee. I think it was
Yeah,
Lee,
he
right?
like lived there.
Yeah, he like
I don't
lived.
know. Just like a weirdo. Yeah.
I remember you guys play. Did you guys play that show with Through the Eyes of the Dead and Job for a Cowboy? Or was that just Job for a Cowboy?
We didn't play that.
We
Okay.
did play. The only time we played with Through the Eyes of the Dead was actually in Tucson.
Yeah.
At Scrappy's.
Yeah,
And I think the number 12 Looks Like You also played that show.
dude. Nights at the Abyss, Through the Eyes of the Dead, and Number 12 looks like
Dude,
you.
that's something else we could get into. Is
That might have been
Our
our
relationship
first
with Tucson.
huge, like big show.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about the relationship with Tucson.
So, I mean, I would say it's started. I mean, Cody could talk about this, like him going down there for
Yeah, I had to go to
School.
college down there,
Yeah.
and we still wanted to make this fucking band work, which was pretty badass that we
Oh, I
did
remember
it.
a party,
Yeah.
a legendary party you had at your condo
Oh my god, yeah,
in
dude.
Tucson.
Yeah, hindsight. I mean, it's crazy how good I had it in
Yeah.
college. My parents really fucking hooked me up. Anyway, I had a place to live.
Yeah.
And they pretty much just let me have free reign. They trusted me, and I would throw some pretty epic parties.
Yeah.
They would be very, they'd be interested to know what we actually did. But yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
So much fun.
So, Andy, who was our drummer and still our drummer now, after
Yeah, but he
15
was our drummer.
year
Wait till he
hiatus
finds
or
out later
whatever.
he's not going to be.
anyways,
Little bit of a hiatus.
him and Mike, who was doing vocals at the time, they also kind of followed Cody down there. I mean, I don't know that was
Oh,
their
geez.
intention, but
You know what? I need to actually ask them
uh,
about that. That's a
they-
good point, dude. What if they chose their college based on me wanting to go to Tucson?
sure, because they ended up going back to ASU.
I know.
But so they went down there, and John Seabury, our bass player at
Yeah.
the time,
Seabury,
was
you're
still
dead.
in high school.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, we got to do this.
John Seabury.
We had just like signed
Hope you're
our-
watching this, man.
We had just signed a contract to do our first record. And I was like, fuck, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So, prior to all this, like, we played a house show in Phoenix. Maybe it was Mesa, I don't know.
Shout out to JM too, baby.
As Blood Runs Black was supposed to play, and
Yeah.
it got shut down before they even got to play.
Yeah.
But this group of crazy kids were there, like, moshing hard. And I think it was our friend Jeff Sokol got, like, nailed by some random dude.
Yeah.
And this guy, like, goes over and starts, like, swinging on the fucking guy that hit Jeff.
Oh shit.
And he said something along the lines of, like, no one fucks with my friends' friends. I'm like, who the fuck is this crazy guy? And it was
friends, my family.
it was this dude, Jeff Signs. And
Yeah.
that's how I ended up meeting all these Tucson kids.
Oh my
Right?
god. I can
And they
totally
would come
picture
to all
Jeff
our
Side saying
shows.
that.
Dude.
No
And
one
so
fucks with my friends. Friends.
I moved down there. He let me, like, stay with him and his parents.
Yeah.
And,
After he like assaulted you guys. Right?
no, he didn't assault
Oh,
us.
oh,
it
wait.
was like, he
Oh,
was
wait.
defending, like, our
Oh,
friend.
oh yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Jeff.
I mean,
Side.
no, the dude.
He was actually doing something good.
No, the dude was pretty physically. He was pretty dominant. The dude liked to fucking scrap. Let's put it
yeah,
that way.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, we caught on to his irony, and he's funny as hell.
Yeah. He reminded me of like a mixture of like Dwight from The Office and like also like that guy that was in like Home Alone. One of the bank robbers with one of the not the bank one of the robbers in Home Alone or the
Joe Pesci or
not Joe Pesci but the other
The
guy.
other guy. where he's
Stearns
like,
or no,
Harry,
Daniel Stern.
Daniel
Hell
Stern.
yeah.
You kind of reminded me of him. A little
Dude, that
bit.
part where he gets electrocuted
suck
in Home Alone 2.
It was the sound of a tool chest falling down the stairs. Yeah, I don't know how we got on that tangent, but yeah,
Fucking
continue
Home
with yeah.
Alone rules.
Yeah, that was science.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Home Alone
good job. Yeah.
But yeah, Tucson. Like, I remember one time I was playing a show with you guys at the what's it called? The Rock? Was it the Rock?
The Rock.
Yep,
yeah.
that was a great venue.
And I met
That was
this
kind
girl.
of our Metal D for
Yeah.
Tucson.
They may still be around. I don't
There
know.
was a bartender
yeah.
girl named Sarah, and I remember
Okay.
like being on stage, and I was just going, I like the bartender. I was saying that into the mic, while I was saying that like I like the bartender,
Another Rock story. This is
and I made out that
Griffin-
girl, but she didn't want to
Griffin era.
hang out
Good
anymore.
job,
after that.
dude.
Griffin era
Fuck.
nights. Rest in peace. We played The
Yes.
Rock, and there's all that footage that Scott Thal,
Oh,
remember that
shit.
kid? He like on a fucking camcorder that he took.
Yeah.
It's like it's on YouTube, but I made it private.
Everybody, watch out for the switch, by the way. On the,
So,
yeah.
There's footage of us performing at The Rock, and like literally during 2 different songs during our set. So like at one point, this chick hops on this dude's shoulders and straight up flashes her tits.
There's footage of that, isn't there?
And that's I just said.
Oh yeah, sure, sorry.
And Griffin, I'm like focusing on my playing, and Griffin just like turns and looks at me, and he's just like mouthing some shit.
Yeah.
And I put two and two together. I was like, what? He's like, dude, I was trying to tell you about those titties or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like at a different point in the set, dude, I'm not trying to talk shit, but this fucking dude came up on stage and like tried to grab the mic, and it looked like he had his face blown off, dude.
Yeah, I know. It was
Like,
yeah.
it was weird, man.
Looked like he was like in the descent.
like he survived a fucking
Whoa.
head shot
Yeah.
or something.
Or a burn.
But
It was fucking
Oh
crazy.
man.
it was gnarly.
Yeah, but he was just like, he came up and he was just like,
Dude,
Like
you know
that.
exactly what I'm
And I was
talking
just
about. Yeah.
I put
Metal
my arm
face.
around him and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was cool. He's a nice guy.
Oh, totally. It was just like, but seeing the footage of it, it just like,
Yeah.
it looks like a fucking circus.
It's
happening.
Oh,
a girl
man.
flashing and then a guy comes up and yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
More old
Poor
touring
dude.
days. I was trying to talk to Cody earlier about something called Snaps.
Dude, that rings a bell.
It
was
rings
like
a
one of
bell,
those-
but I don't
it
remember
was
how to
like
play
one of
it,
those
man.
games or
Snaps
whatever.
was a game where you would, you'd have a friend, you and your friend would go up to a group of people and you'd be like, all right, me and my friend are going to guess a word that you guys, or an object that you pick. And we're going to like pick what it is. We're going to know what it is. And he's going to walk away and you're going to pick it and he's going to come back and we're going to tell you what it is. Or like,
Okay.
we're going to know what you picked, or he's going to know what you picked. So then you like come back and then like, if someone picks
But
like,
it's rigged, right?
yeah, it's rigged, like because you
Yeah,
know what I'm
of
doing.
course.
Like if it's like this table, right? It's the
Yeah.
table, the word table. You'd come back and be like, all right, Nick, come back, and then you'd be like, all right, try to guess what it is. And I'd go up to Nick and I'd be like, all right, Nick, tell me my snaps. So it'd be like T, tell me my snaps. You know it's T, tell me. So it's table.
Oh, I remember this.
And then he'd be like,
"That's right. That's
ask
right."
me about my snaps. That's A.
Oh.
And then, but no,
okay.
or no. No, actually, no.
Right.
For vowels, you don't say it. You just snap it. So it's if there's A, T, A, the A, you just go like that. So tell me
E
my
would be two
A
snaps.
E
Yeah.
I O U.
So you go tell me. You
okay.
say tell me about my snaps, which is T.
Yeah,
and you,
yeah.
there's A, and then you just snap once, and you go
We blew some people's minds with this
Yeah.
shit, right?
There was
Yeah.
there was a similar game.
black magic.
Black Magic.
Yeah.
It was kind of the same thing. So you would pick an object that's black. So like this table, I think is black.
Yeah.
It's weird lighting. So like,
Yeah.
you'd be like, that's the thing. And then you go up and impress these people.
And
And,
you'd
then
be
like,
like, you-
they would
Yeah.
be like, my friend's going to guess this thing or whatever. And you'd be like, is it this? No. Is it this? No. Is it the table? No. And it was whatever the thing is after the black thing.
Yeah. In and out. What's in and out? Knights of the Abyss and In and Out. There's a relationship there. there's a
we love
relation-
to take credit for that, but
Or there's
every band's got a
So
relationship with
let's
that place.
explain it.
baby.
So we, a couple of our first like out of town shows were in Lake Havasu,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they had one of the first in and outs
Yeah.
before Phoenix
In
ever did.
Arizona. Yeah.
And so we would play there, and then we'd go to In and Out afterwards.
yeah.
And someone was like, "You should get a 747." We're like, what the fuck is that? It's like
Yeah.
7 patties, 7
What?
things of cheese.
Are you kidding me?
And 4 buns or some
4
shit.
buns.
Yeah. So this
Yeah.
is
That,
Keep-
that
yeah.
blew our minds when we heard that, man.
Jeff ordered one. Jeff Sokol.
Yeah.
seven
He
seven
ate the
patties.
whole thing.
Wait, 7 patties.
7 patties, 4 buns, 7 slices of cheese.
Jesus. Okay.
It's too much cheese in my
And Jeff
opinion,
Sokol-
but
Yeah.
747
He
became.
just goes, that's just way too much cheese. There's like 7.
I mean, I could do the rest of that. I guarantee you, I'd be fine.
So that's
do
where
you think
that
you
song
could?
title
Do you
comes
think you
from.
could take down a 747?
Fuck no.
Yeah. So that's what. Yeah. So that's where
If I
747.
was starving, I mean, maybe.
Yeah. So if you didn't
Okay.
know
I
where
mean,
I don't
747
know.
comes
Maybe
from,
I
that's
could.
where it comes from. That's where Knights came up with their song.
We made a
title.
song,
Yeah.
747. In,
And like, I don't know the lyrics verbatim. I just know the end line. Something about a spicy person burger. So it's about
Yeah.
cannibalism.
Yeah.
the
basically.
lyrics are pretty unintelligible, but well, actually, I take that back. It's a thin veil on cannibalism.
Yeah, this is exclusive stuff that you're finding out on this podcast. The origin of, song titles and things like that. What is the? How about this? What's the origin of Knights of the Abyss? Why did you guys name your
Dude,
band?
okay.
Great question.
So we had we had this band or whatever, just a bunch of miscreants in the garage jamming, and MySpace was the big thing. And
Yeah.
we just wanted the people to know our songs or whatever, but we still hadn't decided on a solid band name.
Yeah.
I think we cycled through a few different things, and we're like, oh, we got to put this shit on MySpace. This is going to be official. Like, you know, if we're going to promote this, like, what's the name going to be? For whatever reason, JM, our first bass player, just threw out Knights of the Abyss off the dome. And I was just like, all right, good enough. We can always change it or whatever.
We settled for it, man.
Stuck.
We thought, oh, we're just going to settle for this.
Yeah.
And you know what? I hated it at first, but I've grown to appreciate it because it's like you type in Google, what's the first thing that comes up? It's like there's nothing similar to that.
Yeah.
Really.
It's yeah.
So it's like,
and it's cool. It's cool.
and
it's
there's there's also like World of Warcraft clans
yeah.
that have like named themselves after our band.
Really?
Was it really
Yeah.
for the band, or was it
I'm
just
pretty
their own
sure,
thing?
like if you go on YouTube and you look up like Knights of the Abyss, there's like
Yeah.
nerds playing fucking
Right,
World of
but
Warcraft and shit.
I feel well.
Yeah.
We should investigate this. I'd love to know if we
No,
influenced that because I feel like they might have
100%
just come to that on their own. But
Yeah.
let's figure that out. Let's do a deep
Yeah.
dive later.
I remember like the way that I got into the band was I just remember like Mike and everybody like finding me to be, you know, a funny guy and stuff like that, and they thought my last name was interesting. And like Andy, remember Andy asked me, "What's your last name?" And I was like, "Hadlock." And he's like, "Dude, that's an amazing last name." And he's just like, "We're gonna name our new song Hadlock." And I was like, "Okay." And then like,
That's an amazing last name.
yeah. And I just remember going on like, what happened? Like I was hanging out with you guys. I was like a really like skinny. I still am, but like I was like I was like particularly like an interesting like guy or something at that
You
time.
were just
that you guys
always
were just, like-
around, and
I was
I met you
always
through.
around.
I met you through Trey.
Yeah.
Trey Gridley.
Okay, and we were doing like funny things together and just hanging out and being.
Yeah,
like,
you would just. I think you would just come to our practices or whatever, and I think we learned somehow, picked up that you kind of did vocals, or
Yeah.
maybe you just picked up a mic one day.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We're fucking around. I honestly don't remember.
And it was just kind of
But-
like a guest vocal type thing because that's what
Yeah.
people were doing at Metal Devastation. It was very common for bands to bring up their friends and they would be like, well, let's fucking go, you know.
When
like,
did you first realize you could make that sound, dude?
I think it was just when I was getting into like Trey was who we were just talking about earlier. He got me into that scene. I started like he would take me to some house shows where people were dressing in like short camo shorts and like you know hardcore
combat
dancing and stuff like
hats
that. And the
with the
combat hats.
flat top.
I had a glass jaw one that I wear all. It was like a half beanie, half hat. Remember the half beanie,
Oh, yeah.
half hat ones?
The beanies with the fucking
the bill.
brims.
With the, yeah.
Yeah.
My first hardcore show was like a massive awakening, dude. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, the intensity of it.
I think it started from just like joking around, right? You go to the show for your first time and you see these people screaming into a microphone here, and you just want to do it. You go and you leave the show and you're just like, I want to.
Yeah.
You want
Like,
to go.
fuck,
Ooh.
if this guy can do it, I
Yeah.
can do that shit.
Yeah.
It's
too.
acting so alpha and brutish, and like, how is this? How
Yeah.
is this allowed? You know?
Yeah, and I felt like I always had the skill of being able to like imitate things, and I always wanted to just be an entertainer, and I thought that was a way to possibly show.
Who did you first try to emulate?
In terms of what anything?
Yeah, like when you were trying to make those noises.
Oh,
who
yeah.
did you want to sound like?
I remember, seeing, Trey's band, You're Pretty When You're, oh, no, what were they called?
The Donner Family Reunion?
Donner Family Reunion,
yeah,
yes.
I was
They
about to say
had-
one of their song names. You're Pretty When You're Dead was a song that they had. But it's a fucking hilarious name. But, Donner Family Reunion, they first started out with their name, Every Wretched Dream. And then they changed to Donner Family Reunion. But just, hanging out with Trey and just seeing them do that and getting into it. And just, I think that I owe it
They had good tracks,
all to
dude.
them.
On that note,
Mm-hmm.
I got into the whole scene because of Job for a Cowboy.
Yeah, that too. I mean,
Here we go. Bunch of those dudes. I think everyone except Johnny, maybe,
yeah,
all went to our high school, Mountain
and
Ridge.
including Andy, who's in
And,
Knights of the Abyss.
Is the origins of the band.
I went to go see them at a show called The Attic. Caleb Marshall.
The Attic.
he was like, "You want to go see my friend's band?" Blah blah blah. I was like,
Man,
"Okay,
the
cool."
attic makes me want to cry of how nostalgic that is.
And,
Holy shit.
I never went
yeah,
there.
it was this
Wow,
venue
it's
in
old.
downtown Glendale. You had to walk up these stairs or
Yeah.
whatever, into the attic.
Yeah.
And I just remember being like flabbergasted.
Yeah.
And remember,
Norma Jean was a.
what's
man,
that dude's name? Nick. God damn it, dude. He played in that band Turns to Silence.
Oh,
with Jason
fuck yeah, I
Millen.
know exactly what you're
They
talking
played
about.
as well,
Nick.
and he went to Mountain Ridge. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, Nick.
this is amazing. Like, I'm just as good, if not better, at these guys at guitar. Like,
And
I'm
Mike
gonna
had
fucking
a-
start a band. I'm
Mike
gonna
had
do
a-
this
That's a
shit
good
too.
point, dude.
Yeah.
When you actually have enough confidence to say, "Oh, okay, I'll take this thing on stage and try and play it," like, I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Because when you're initially playing guitar, you kind of think that you suck, and you just never know when you're ready to do it.
It's perception too, right? Yeah, you use outer perception of other people.
Yeah, you kind of get hit a wall where you're just like, it kind of just becomes sort of a. You're like, it's just a dream, it's just a hobby, whatever. And you're like, I can do this shit. Like, these guys
Yeah.
are younger than me, and they're out there playing shows and shit. Like, anyone can do it. Just
Yeah.
fucking, if
Yeah.
you're passionate enough about it.
Yeah,
like,
dude. You had confidence, like you had more confidence than me playing live and stuff at first. I needed that, dude. It was awesome that I had you to kind of. I mean, to be honest, I probably did not play well at first during our first shows.
Yeah.
'Cause I was so fucking nervous.
Dude, I don't
Yeah.
even remember. So long ago.
So Nick was on one of my. I think this is your third time being on my podcast. Is that correct?
We did. I literally did like your
My first
trial
episode.
run.
My
that
trial run. I don't
did you-
have on.
You like removed it from YouTube.
I didn't
right?
remove it. Okay.
Did
It
you
wasn't
put it on
because
private?
one of the reasons why was because I fucking said some shit on there that I just feel like I was politically just so frustrated
Well,
at that time.
And Logan was on
Oh,
there
that's
too.
cool, man.
I'm cool with Logan. I'm cool with everybody. I was just telling Cody I'm gonna put my first trial run episode of my podcast that I did a few years ago. I'm gonna put it on my Patreon. So subscribe to my Patreon and you'll be able to. Well, you're only watching this right now if you're subscribed to my Patreon.
We did the one at the Grand Canyon though. That was cool.
Yeah, so we did that one. We did also this one, but didn't we also do another one?
No.
No.
But it was snowing up there.
Okay,
or there
yeah,
was
yeah.
snow, and we saw a bunch of deer, and we shot it.
Yeah.
Right on the fucking rim with the fucking glorious, majestic.
Shot the podcast, not the deer.
Yeah. But I was gonna
It was
say,
great.
Nick had some tour stories. I wanted to see if I could get, one from just Cody or just Cody and Nick that can give me
Yeah,
some,
well-
this time some different ones that I haven't heard.
Also, I think most of the stuff I touched on the last episode was like.
Which the Grand Canyon episode is what we're talking about, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was mostly like Griffin era tour stories.
Yeah.
You know?
You guys were on all cylinders at that
That
time,
was
man.
what I had freshest in my memory. And,
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, I want to hear some. I think the audience wants to hear some stories, some funny things. One thing that we can bring up is just when we all went to In and Out together with Blood Comes Cleansing, and we were there with some other bands, and you did the poll to the
Oh
side.
yeah, there's a good photo of
Can
me.
we find that photo somehow?
Probably. You can superimpose it onto
Do you
the
have
fucking
it?
video.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm
add
pretty
that
sure.
right here. and-
I'll find it.
okay, cool.
All right, we'll go look for that photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was you're trying to do the human flag, man.
The human flag, where you do a side, you stand still to the
You
side
were
on a pole.
trying. You fucking did it.
You did it. There's a picture. That band was interesting. With Blood Comes Cleansing.
Yeah,
a
they just
Christian
made it. They
death
made a
metal band.
comeback too.
Yeah.
They
yeah?
they are playing Furnace Fest this year,
Okay.
which to me would be like one of my dream festivals to play. So if anyone out there knows how we can get on that shit for next year, fucking holla.
Do us
yes.
a solid.
Yes. Furnace Fest.
Damn, that was great. They
Don't
were
worry,
so
yeah.
they were so nice, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll put this
awesome
on my
people.
YouTube after it's on my Patreon for a while, so it will be out there. But with Blood Comes Cleansing, that was an interesting band. A death metal band that would just be screaming and brutal lyrics and stuff like that. But then they get off and they're like, "Hey, we just love God, and we just think that
Oh yeah, they're from down south.
yeah.
And then so obviously we toured with Elysia
Yeah.
and
Elysia,
Arsonist.
yeah.
And it was like a 7-week tour, but then some of those other bands hopped on and off.
Yeah.
Like Years Spent Gold. Remember them?
Yeah,
that
Years Spent
Jersey
Gold.
dude.
Yeah.
What was that dude's name? Cuts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Chris Benoit had just
Oh, yeah.
just died, I think.
Yes.
And then he went, and they were ringing out, and he comes out, and he goes, "Hey, yo, shouts out to Chris Benoit." And I'm like, oh my fucking god.
Wait, what's that?
I think they had a
The
song
dude
called
that, like-
Crossface Crippler, which was his finishing move.
Wait, so quick, Chris Benoit didn't just die, did he? Did he just die? Was that?
No,
what,
no, that was a while
Wasn't he
ago.
involved in a crime?
Oh,
or
yeah.
like, it was like a murder or some
Yeah,
shit, right?
it was
he
very
killed
dark.
Yeah, it's very dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he went. This
It was
song's-
I think a murder-suicide situation.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was like,
and they were like throwing chairs out in the crowd, I think, at one point, right? Or am I wrong? Or I remember like that band like throwing chairs out in the crowd.
Oh.
And, like fucking.
Oh, yeah, man.
Years Spent Cold.
they were wild, dude. They were fucking awesome.
But yeah, I wanted to talk, just more about the what's going on right now, what you guys have planned, for the future of Nights. What do you guys think is gonna be going on here?
We
pretty soon?
got a consistent lineup so far that we can kind of bank on people being able to keep doing this, which is hard to do in the first place. So
Yeah.
we're gonna try and just write, hopefully something long format, but we'll maybe just start short format if that's what we got. But we're excited to just like do new material, add new genres and stuff to the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're the strongest we've ever been. I mean, we're all older, and I think we have a little bit more focus in the terms of the direction we want to go. But not, but still being open to like other influences and
Yeah, dude,
letting
Andy's,
them seep in a little bit. but-
Andy's an insane drummer. He's very, what would you say? He's very humble about his drumming abilities,
Yeah.
So
No, the new recording is fucking awesome.
exactly, I'm just
So fucking sick.
very excited.
One
And-
of the things
and
that makes it so heavy is the drums that he did.
Oh,
yes,
man.
absolutely.
And Zach Rippey, shout out.
Yeah.
His
Yeah, shout out.
production is fucking amazing. We're supposed to meet with him our next session in a couple days to discuss possibly doing the record. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Hopefully sometime next year before the summer.
Yeah.
I have like a special, I don't know, fire about doing this because we have some songs, unfortunately, like our very popular songs. Some of them I'm not so proud of just for like lyrics we said, stuff like that. But I feel like we can redeem ourselves with a well thought out metal album. I don't know how to
Yeah.
describe
Well,
it.
it was a different time and place, and it gives it a.
So
What
you're
do you
saying that
call
that's what
that?
you guys are trying to do right now? Is you're trying to make a more pretentious metal album, or
Oh shit! Okay.
or are you trying to make? Are you guys trying to still bring back the old like kind of like fun vibe, but not go so hard with like the crazy intense lyrics?
Actually, dude, well said.
Yeah.
I may be trying to make this shit too pretentious.
No, not. I didn't
No,
mean to
no,
say
you're right.
pretentious, but I
You're
meant
right.
to say
I do need to keep the same
I
Nights.
use pretentious way too much.
The Nights silliness needs to stay in
I
there.
meant to say
You're right.
like a contemporary album. Is that a fucking what? Did I
No,
use
no.
the right word that time either?
I actually love that you said that, dude.
Contemporary. What
I
is
think-
Forward thinking.
what is yeah like a
No, I mean I wouldn't even say we're
concept
that. It's just
album?
just
Oh,
more.
I love the concept. Yeah. I definitely do
Yeah.
concept.
No, our songwriting has progressed, and it's like
Yeah.
the old, especially like Juggernaut. It's just a bunch of riff salad, where it's
Yeah.
like here's a riff. We got to do something different every time. Like there's no real hook.
Yeah.
You know,
Song structure
just-
is important to us now.
You ever heard of the term KISS?
Yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid. Shit like that.
Yeah.
Everybody's heard of that term.
Yes, everyone. I totally knew what that was. I didn't think you were just talking about the band. But deathcore. I remember we played with Misericordium. Misericordium is fucking amazing.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Misericordium.
Las
there's
Vegas,
talks
baby.
there's talks about Nights of the Abyss possibly playing with Misericordium in Vegas.
Yeah, I hit them up on Instagram. They're back together, I guess, and they've been rehearsing, and I'm assuming writing new stuff, and we've discussed doing a show together. So
My top 3 favorite deathcore
hopefully they
bands
see this, huh?
of all time: Knights of the Abyss, Molotov Solution, and Misericordium. For
wow,
sure,
dude.
that's
for
funny.
sure.
2 of those are from Vegas.
Yeah,
Molotov, yeah.
the Vegas.
that self-titled
Was it
record,
Neckbeards?
man.
No, Leathernecks.
Leathernecks.
Yeah.
Leathernecks?
It was
The
just so-
VFW, baby.
The VFW Hall, Leathernecks. That do they still do shows?
maybe
I
it
have
might be
not been
that
there.
was
something different.
I'm out
that
of the
place
loop,
was
dude.
insane. They would go crazy
Yep,
there.
shout out to Leathernecks, man. They
So-
they let some really violent bands come through and express themselves, dude. Like, yeah, it was awesome.
The first time we that first big tour that we did with, so it was like us, Elysia, Arsonist. I want to say Misericordium played in Vegas.
Yeah.
And Whitechapel played it too.
Oh,
And they
dude,
were like on their own
Whitechapel.
tour, and we happened to be crossing paths. And
Yeah,
we
this was
played
like
the same
early
show
Whitechapel
then.
when
This was early,
Whitechapel
yeah.
first started.
It's 2007, yeah.
Yeah, dude, they really.
Exclusive stuff we're talking about right here.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first. That if you've already paid the $5 to see it. But no, this is good stuff. These are things that we don't normally talk about these things. You know, we don't get the chance to get together and talk about these things. Who are some other earlier deathcore bands that you guys remember being really into? Like,
As Blood Runs Black, kind of.
yeah,
I mean, if
bring the
talk, like,
motherfucking ruckus.
If you talk regionally, yeah, that was great. We got to play shows with them pretty early on.
Yeah,
Man, they had some fucking amazing talent.
yeah.
I mean, I don't even think. No, we played with them before, but I don't even know that I'd call them a deathcore band. But they kind of got lumped into that with that term or whatever. But Animosity.
Oh, Animosity is so
Fucking-
sick.
Oh yeah, huh? I don't know if they. I wonder if they appreciate the genre, or if they appreciate the label of deathcore. But
Yeah,
man,
it
they
is
were
what it
fucking
is.
amazing. Yeah.
Dude. That music video for that one song will always be a classic.
Black Page.
Yeah.
Oh, the Black Page,
And
such
then,
a great video,
Demon
man.
Carcass. He's in the
Yeah.
Zenith Passage now. Played in The Faceless.
Mhm.
He like Leo or whatever, the vocalist, like throws on the grills,
Yeah.
and then they like fist bump each
That
other.
fist bump is just so epic, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any plans to do, not necessarily, you guys aren't really going to be touring necessarily, right? You guys just want to do like special events or things if it
Just stuff that makes sense. You know, we're
Yeah.
all older now, so it's like, not to get all businessy, but the money's got to be right, and
Yeah.
it's got to be worth our time. We've
Got
been there
fucking
and
day
done
jobs,
that,
dude.
and
yeah.
playing for $200 a night doesn't sound great to me.
Yeah.
I've got a 3-year-old now. I think Cody's the only one in the band that doesn't have kids right now.
That is true.
So
That is true.
Mr. Bachelor.
But he still has, important
got a-
things going on.
Cody's
That he needs.
I'm still living the
talk
the
about
dink
still
life right
kicking.
now, dude.
he fucking went to med school and fucking got a doctorate or whatever, and he's a
Yeah.
fucking
Fucking straight up doctor.
anesthesiologist now.
Oh, yeah,
Talk
man.
about that shit.
That was
We're in
tough.
pit vipers.
Oh yeah. man. No, it is tough. I'm just happy that I got through it and still have sanity, dude. I also picked a career. There's quite a few careers in medicine that if you choose that path,
Yeah.
you're doomed to sort of a lifestyle that's to me. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're
doomed to sort of an unacceptable lifestyle.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I am so fortunate. Like anesthesia, the particular gig I have allows me to have a good balance, dude. So I can have hobbies like this. Yeah.
Are you just basically putting people under? Is that your job?
Oh, that's a big part. You got to get someone from point A to point B, like
Yeah.
through a surgery, and a lot of times you put them to sleep. That's part of it.
Yeah. And then you're not necessarily doing a hands-on operation, are you? Or are
Oh
you
no, I don't do the surgery.
You're assisting in the anesthesia.
Yeah, I just make sure people are safe when they go to sleep and when they wake up.
Yeah.
They're not gassed up too much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. While they're asleep, it's also very scary. Yeah. You
I'll
gotta
always
control
remember,
a lot of aspects of their vitals.
Yeah. I remember this is a story I'll always bring up every time I see Cody. We were on tour or we were about to leave or go somewhere. I think it was actually when I was this is a whole story. I stayed before we were about to go on tour one time. I think
I love this story.
we were about to go to the UK, I think. Was it the UK or a full? I think it was a full US tour, actually.
Yeah, it was either our U.S. or U.K. tour.
Yeah, one of those. And they all thought it was a good idea that basically if I wanted to do this, I had to, prepare for that tour because I was a new member in their band. I was like taking on the job of being a frontman and recording an album and everything. So especially Cody thought it was just a good idea, and I realized how good of an idea it was after it happened. But I hated it, while it was happening. But anyways, I stayed at Cody's house, at his parents' house for like a few days, 3 days.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm just really happy that you can look back on this with a fresh pair of eyes. Yeah, I remember you didn't like it at first. This is really cool that you remember this.
Yeah, but then I fucking remember how it got me into shape, and it made me want to think about physical health and all that, and wanting to become look buff and.
Dude, I'm really glad that you say that. That makes me really happy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Dude,
that's funny that you say that because you're looking very good right now, dude.
On that note,
yeah.
Not to turn this on you. I mean, you are a part of Knights of the Abyss.
Yeah.
So I just want to say congrats on 5 years being sober.
Oh, thank you. From alcohol.
Yeah,
I'm addicted.
That's awesome, dude.
Addicted to vaping carts for sure, but thank you.
We all got a cross to bear.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel? And are you?
It's so hard.
Was it like a?
The hardest part is dealing with your anxiety without drinking. That was what I was doing. I was killing my anxiety and depression.
Do you feel like you'd be doing all the shit you're doing now with your podcast and
I really
the
don't
comedy
think
scene?
I would.
Yeah,
I don't think I would because
that's
I'd
great.
be, one thing I possibly would be in jail for getting a DUI or some. I used to drink and drive
someone.
all the time.
Dude. This is a positive change
I
for sure.
I still get into arguments now. I'm never gonna have as long as I still have my anger, issues. I'll have my problems with that. But when I was drinking, I couldn't control it as much as I can control it now. I can control it a little bit better, unless someone's really stirring me up. But
that's normal, man.
It's normal. Yeah.
You've been keeping very busy, it seems like, and that's been occupying your time.
Thank you.
Just putting a scene together.
You're getting prolific,
connecting,
dude. I'm proud to see it.
Thank you.
Honestly, I'm proud of you, dude.
Well, no. You guys have a big part in, or played a big part in making me, become successful or whatever, or have my drive and my commitment to things, and helped me create my tastes and things like that too. So,
Oh, dude, thanks for saying that.
Yeah, for sure.
You made us sound really fucking good, dude. Juggernaut is a great album. People love that shit.
Yeah.
So, I just have a memory of.
But hold that thought really quick.
Sure.
I want to just finish what I was saying though. I stayed at Cody's house for 3 days before we went on a tour, and he would just pump me up. He would go on runs with me every morning, and we would go on runs. And then we would go to the gym, and he would work me out, and then so I was really, really ready for that tour, and I wouldn't have had stamina for that tour unless I did all that shit.
Oh, I love that you said. Okay, how about this, man?
Yeah.
I was being a bit of an asshole because I judged you. We said, "Oh, dude, he's a big you were chain smoking at the time, right?
Yeah.
We said he's a chain smoker. He's not gonna be able to do these shows. So I said, you know what? Fuck that. He's gonna hang out with me. We'll run.
Yeah.
And then the irony is later I became, a big weed guy. I would be smoking like crazy. So.
Yeah, but then one more thing. During that time, I remember us going to like a gas station or something like that, and we were chilling. I was chilling in the car, and you were getting out of the car to go put gas on the pump or something like that, and you were like, "Oh, you got your debit card, or you got a credit card, or your debit card?" Or no, and I was like, "I don't have a bank account," and you went, "You got to get a." I just remember this being really weird or like random and funny, but you went, "You got to get a bank account, dog."
Oh man.
It's just a random line. I'm sorry, just.
That was, I look back on that now like I was a privileged kid. That was like a privileged statement to make, dude.
You got to get a bank account. I just remember you got to get a bank account. But no, it's just the way you said it. It wasn't what you said. It was just the way you said it. And I don't know. The audience might not think that's funny.
Dog.
Yeah, it was just funny. But what were you gonna say though?
I was just thinking of this visual.
Yeah.
I think it was before you officially joined the band, before we recorded Juggernaut.
Yeah.
It was that we did a little winter run with Alicia.
Yeah.
And I think Molotov was on it too. But you had this shtick where you came out and did Hadlock,
I
and you had the
almost forgot about
chain.
that.
You had the chain. You would come out on stage. And
I would
swing
like
the chain
two-step it.
around your
I would
fucking
two-step
neck.
while I was doing it too.
You were a badass entertainer,
Yeah, I had
man.
a chain, and I would like swing the chain like on stage like that.
Oh man.
That was really good.
I used to wear a beanie. I still wear a hat all the time, but like I used to wear a beanie all the time. Remember? And then like, yeah, I would never take that thing off.
Tank top and a beanie.
Yeah. I used to do, yeah.
Make up your mind, dude.
Things have not changed, yeah.
Just remember, like, that was
Yeah.
the style, like wearing fucking new era hats and shit.
Yeah.
John Seabury always had the Boston hat.
Oh,
and
dude.
shit.
Yeah,
Chillsbury.
Seabury's style was pretty
what-
impeccable, dude.
Steve'sbury.
Bape hoodies and shit.
Yes, John had the sickest fucking gear.
John Seabury, baby.
Seabury, you're dead. But yeah. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up here. I wanted to thank you guys again for doing this. Make sure everybody goes and checks out what's going on with Knights of the Abyss right now. Go over and check out my YouTube channel for other episodes and things I've done. I did Grand Canyon episode with Nick. What do you guys got coming up? Get out your official plugs and just things you guys want to say one last time for my audience.
So right now, I mean, we're just writing, trying to keep the momentum going with that. If a show comes along, that's right. Hopefully, we'll do some more gigs soon. It's hard to say, but also, if you want to support us, you can buy some merch at hellomerch.com. Just look up Knights of the Abyss there. That's actually where I work too. So if any bands out there need shirts printed or want to sell their stuff online, hit me up. You can just hit up the Knights Instagram if you want. I respond to like all my DMs on there. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
I'm just psyched that we're writing music again. It's the creative outlet that I've been needing for a long time, man. So I'm just going to put a bunch of effort to make it as good as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
thanks for having us, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, thank
dude.
you guys for doing this.
It's been very fun. I've always
And-
wanted to be on a podcast,
Yeah.
baby.
And I hope you guys enjoyed. Just make sure you go look through my Patreon. If you subscribe to this and you paid $5 to watch this interview and the live performance and stuff like that, make sure you go and look at all the stuff I uploaded on my Patreon. I have stuff for my stand-up. I have other podcasts. I'm going to be doing future podcasts with other like death metal bands and other types of bands like rappers and things like that. Just my Patreon is going to have a lot of interesting stuff. I'm going to have secret interviews. I'm going to be uploading an interview that I did with Andy Dick. That was very controversial.
Holy shit.
He messed with me a lot and he made fun of me, and it's actually very. I have to make sure that I get his permission first, but maybe I'll do it. But anyways, thank you guys. Subscribe to my YouTube channels. Go follow Knights of the Abyss on their Instagram and check them out. Thank you guys. All right.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you, Rips. Thank you, Rips, for everything.
Rips Bar.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks for the PBRs.